Exercise 13A, Book D1, question number 6, Part A. The circular portions of the following figures are semicircles. For each of the following figures, find its perimeter and its area. Let's move towards its solution. Before moving on to the solution of this question, first we should know that what is the perimeter and area of any shape. If we talk about this shape, the perimeter is actually consists of only outer boundary, and the inner portion, which includes these two semicircles and this area, this portion total consists of the whole area of this shape. So first let's assume that we're going to find the perimeter. Before moving on to this perimeter, we should know what are the formulas of a circumference, which is also a perimeter of a circle. We named it as a circumference of the circle. Circumference. And we know that circumference of a complete circle is 2 pi r. If we talk about two semicircles, the circumference of semicircles that is equals to pi r plus semicircle. It's pi r plus 2r. So this is the circumference of semicircle, and if we talk about circumference of a full complete circle, that is 2 pi r. We know that there are two semicircles. Let's talk about its perimeter. The complete shape consists of three shapes. One is the inner rectangle. There are two semicircles. But if we take the outer boundary, it will consist of only the semicircle boundary, and the length of this side, the length of this side, that's it. So let's start making it. If we find out the perimeter of complete shape, we will be writing perimeter is equals to circumference of semicircles. There are two semicircles, so we'll be multiplying it with 2, or we can add it 2 times, plus the length of rectangle, which is part of the outer boundary. It also it will be multiplied with 2 as well, because this is the length of this rectangle. This length is also part of the outer boundary. We will only take the outer boundary of the semicircles, but we will not take this boundary areas either in this shape or this shape, because this is actually inside. So we will take only outer boundary. That is why we will take circumference of the two semicircles without using this 2r, which is the diameter inside. Only we will take the outer boundary. Now length of rectangle, you may multiply it with 2, or you may add it 2 times. It's totally up to you. So now if I take circumference of the semicircles, I will take, as I know that 2 times pi r, which is only pi r. I'm not adding this 2r because this 2r is actually consists of this side, but since I'm not adding this side and this side in the outer boundary, so I will skip this 2r. Rather, I will only be using this pi r. So I'm going to multiply 2 with pi r plus the length of the rectangle plus the length of the rectangle. Okay, now before moving on, I'm going to make the length of the rectangle is, since I know that this is actually the 21 centimeter, from this we understand that this is actually the diameter of the semicircle, or diameter of the circle. So for radius of the circle, we may say that this would be the half of diameter, and that would be 21 divided by 2, which is 10.5. So this portion, which is the half of this 21, and it actually consists of the radius, so we will consider this portion as 10.5 and this portion is 10.5 as well, because both semicircles are equal. So we may say that this is 10.5. Because of this 21 length, we got to know that this side, which was actually the part of this diameter and the semicircle diameter, so the half of diameter is radius, we consider this is 10.5. So let's subtract this 10.5 and 10.5 from 36, so we get the length of this particular portion. When we subtract this 10.5 from 36, 10.5 plus 10.5, which is 21, total 21. When we subtract it from 36, we get 15. So this portion, this length would be 15. Similarly, this portion, this length would also be 15, which will be a part of outer boundary. So when we are coming over here, we will be multiplying 2 with 22 by 7. The radius, as we have concluded, this is 10.5. 10.5 plus the length is 15 plus 15. Now, let's multiply all these values and what we will get the result. Let's see. 2 times 22 times 10.5 divided by 7, and we get 66 plus 15 plus 15. Let's assume. So when we add 66 plus 15 plus 15, we get 96. This 96 centimeter as the total circumference of this complete shape. I hope you have understood how to calculate the circumference of this shape.